Welcome back, everybody. Second period coming up. Fargo with a 3-0 lead as we head into this third period. Well, Sioux City, they've had a few good chances, but they've just ran into a really good goaltender. Let's see, though, if that changes as we head into this third period. Fargo, this year, they're 21-1-2-0, leading after 2. So that stat doesn't favor Sioux City, and this stat won't favor them either. Sioux City's 4-16-1-0 after trailing by 2. And in 3-goal games, well, Sioux City's 3-7 and Fargo's 9-4. At home, though, Sioux City is 2-9-1-0 after, while trailing after 2. Then on the road, Fargo is, well, leading after 2, 11-1-1-0. So there you go. Deladonna wins the draw, and we are off and underway here in this third period. 3-0 Sioux City with the lead. Shots 20-9 in favor of Fargo. So they really gave it to Sioux City that last period. That is after it as well. Boy, Jeffress, I don't know what the official was thinking there, but got to call that. That's for sure. Puck sent down into the corner. It's Stanger. Wraparound try shot. Save made there by Harinek. Off the glass into the hands of Luke Gary. All it takes is just one goal in order for Sioux City to grab a little momentum. And seeing what happens after that. Puck sent off the boards and down ice. Luke Gary plays it with a high stick. Here's Colin Sisson with it. Sisson in. Back behind the net. Sisson out towards the blue line there for McNamara. McNamara, shot, save made by Ryder Shea. Rebound picked up there by Tomko, and he'll clear it down ice. This will go for icing. 5, 6, 7, 8. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Go something like that. Face-off will come to the right of Ryder Shea. Tomko will take the draw with Mason West. Tomko wins the draw. Here's Carr back behind to Christian Lyons. Missed Luke Gary's stick. Picked up there by Colin McCrate behind the net. McCrate feeds it on over there to Lofgren. Lofgren sent out towards center here for Gavin Carr. Oh, but that's played offsides. Poliski touched it, and I guess he shouldn't have. Face-off will come in front of the penalty box across from the Fargo bench. Martineau will take the draw here with Cullen. Face-off's won. Here's Gavin Carr. He'll send it back behind the net there. Marchenko is there. Picked up Kosiba. Now that's to Cullen off the boards. Graham Jones will pick it up in behind the net. Lyons picked up there by Poliski. Here's Kosiba with it. On out towards center there for Anderson. Now Martineau with it up the right side. Martineau takes a shot. Save made by Hrinek. Face-off will come to the left of Hrinek. O'Leary will take the draw now with Deladonna. Face-off's won. Here's Olsen. A shot got blocked by Olenkamp down into the corner. Marchenko into the hands of Olenkamp. That's Gavin Gary with it in the corner. Here's Kyle O'Leary after it. O'Leary set back behind that there. Gavin Gary. Gary with it. On back for Shane Gould. Shot save made by Hrinek. Now that's Votney with it. Votney on back there for Gould at the blue line. Gould blocked away there by Olenkamp. Here he comes up the right side. He slipped and fell with it, but Saxton Tess comes up with it. Here's Tess. Gets pushed around. Deladonna with it back behind the net. Deladonna now into the hands of Shane Gould. Gould tried to send it up the right side. He did get it to O'Leary. Wasn't a very good pass, but Votney gets tripped up. No penalty called, because why would they call it? They wouldn't. That's the thing. 3 minutes into this third period here, Fargo up 3-zip. Here's Vatne with it in the corner. Vatne back behind the net. Mishandled there by O'Leary. Now it's D'Alessandro off the boards. Picked up there by Stanger. Stanger with it in a scramble for. Picked up there by Olenkamp. Now it's Luke Gary with it. Gary takes a shot save made there by Harinik. Off the boards, tipped. Here comes Sipniewski with it up the right side. Sipniewski blocked there by D'Alessandro. Now Jeffress with it, picks it up behind the net. Jeffress towards center, taken away. Here's Tor with it. Now picked up by Lofgren, taken away by Luke Gary. Nice pass, Schultz on a cross. Intercepted there by Sipniewski off the boards. Now to Stanger, picked up there by Luke Gary. Here's Ashton Schultz with it. Schultz takes a shot save made there by Harinik. Luke Gary out there in front. Now taken there by Sipniewski. Out towards center. That's Carr. Nice pass across there for Luke Gary into the corner, back behind the net. And a scramble for Schultz is there. Here's Sagadin back the other way, 2-on-1. Sagadin. There's a shot save made there by Ryder Shea. Now Jeffress and Sagadin going after each other in the corner. Yeah, let him fight, please. My goodness. Face-off will come to the left here of Shea. Mason West takes the draw with Tomko. Tomko wins it. Tomko feeds it on over there to Aiden Dyer, picked up there by Marchenko. Taken by Shane Gould. Here's Gould. Sun up the right side there to Tomko. Tomko pass across. Nice. Toss to Olsen. Shot was stopped there by Harinik. Now Olsen now with Dyer in the corner. Dyer back behind the net. Taken there by Booten. Here's Booten on out for Tomko. Pass across to Gould. A shot save made by Harinik. Face-off will come to the left there for Harinik. Martineau will take the draw with, I don't even know who that was, but face-off was won. Puck is sent up the left side here for Graham Jones. Jones spins around a defender down there into the corner. Olsen now Kosiba picks this one up. Out towards center. That's Max Anderson with it. Anderson sends it back behind the net. He gets smashed into the boards here by Lindbergh. And that one will roll all the way down ice. D'Alessandro now will take it behind the net. D'Alessandro just kind of leaves it there. Rolls up the right side, pass on across to Mason Stanger. Popped up into the air. Stanger into the hands of Pavel Martineau. Here's Martineau. Shot got deflected. Harinik back behind the net there with Cherney, rather, excuse me. It's Poliski. Shot was stopped there. Now here's Martineau. Picked up there. Stanger. Shot got deflected into the netting and out of play. .14:10 left to go here in this third period. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I see a little silhouette of a cat. The sun. Oh, citrus tasted quenching, very, very exciting. Anybody knows that? Thirsty dudes out on a thirsty day, sparing their life from this banality. Easy come, easy go, really get the do. It's me, get the do, get the do.
Welcome back. 14-10 left to go here in this third. 3-0 Fargo with the lead right now. Face off will come to the right of Harinik. They had the kiss cam, and of course there's funny moments when you've got the kiss cam, I'll tell you that much. Face-off's won, and it's sent into the Fargo bench and out of play.
Fans, you know your 50 raffle tickets for tonight. If you have the green ticket number 680-677, yours, that's the
Face-off will come to the right of Harinik. Face-off's won there by Gavin Geary. Here's Stanger with that. Stanger, there's a penalty right off the face-off. Shea goes to the bench. Well, it's called. Tripping will be the call, and Sioux City will have the power play. Their captain Lindbergh will go to the box. Tripping the call. You know, every single penalty that has been called tonight has been something different each time. We've had 6 total penalties and 6 different things called, so just kind of interesting. Holding, hooking, high stick, unsportsmanlike, slash, and trip. But let's see, Sioux City, they desperately need a goal here. Let's see if they can get it on the power play. Gold picks that one up. So far, they're 0 for 2 on it. Luke Gary feeds it on over to Shane Gold, into the hands of Ashton Schultz. Schultz on over there through the legs of Gavin Gary. Now picked up there by Gold. Gold sent on over there to Tomko. Pass out in front. It's too many guys from Fargo there. Now it's Saxton Tess up the left side. He'll dump it down back behind the net of Ryder Shea. Gold takes this one. Here's Gold. Out towards center, passes it back behind to William Tomko. Tomko picks it up. Ashton Schultz with it at the blue line. In there's Luke Gary. Pass out in front, intercepted there by Olenkamp. Off the boards, down ice, back behind the net. 7 minutes have gone here in this third. Shea back behind the net. Shea. Gold. Out towards center. Olenkamp in his way. Gold. Boy, he was hacked and whacked and all that. Nothing called. Vatne down there with Jeffress. Now Gold with it. Pops right back out. Saxton clears it. Saxton Tess, I should say. Here's Vatne now with it. Towards center, feeds it off to Kyle O'Leary, now to Jeffress, intercepted Brooks Cullen. Here's Marchenko, he'll try and clear it down ice. It doesn't get very far, only to the blue line. Here's O'Leary with it now. Marchenko sends it off the boards, only gets to center. Vatne feeds it off there to Max Anderson. Anderson down into the corner. Marchenko is there, so is O'Leary. Well, Fargo's back at full strength. So now that they're 0 for 3 on the power play. Both teams are now, actually. In fact, wait, no, I take that back. Fargo's 2 for 3. Or 1 for 3. Whatever. Here's Stanger with it. Oh boy, puck up for grabs at center. 3 different guys went down. 2 from Fargo and 1 from Sioux City. There's West on a cross. Oh, and Sisson went barrel roll into the net. Off its moorings. Sisson, I don't know if he just lost his footing or what the hell happened, but face-off will come in front of the penalty box across from the Musketeers bench. Dyer will take the draw here with Mason West. Face-off's won. Taken there by Lindbergh. Lindbergh feeds it on over there for McNamara. It taken away. Booten sends it down into the corner. Here's Carr with it now. Carr at the blue line. Carr takes a shot. Went up high and wide on Hrenik. Booten odd-angled shot was stopped by Hrenik. Here's Mason West at the blue line. Feeds it off to Daniil Booten. Booten. Geiger sends it down into the corner. Pass out front. A shot went up high and wide. That one went out of play. It's a nice shot there by Carr. Okay, let's be counting shots fairly here. I just got a glimpse of them adding shots to the shot totals up on the Jumbotron, and they added 2 for Fargo. Then they took 1 away, but they added none for Sioux City. Of course, the off-ice officials, they're actually local people here in the towns where all the teams play. That changed, I think, personally, but clearly some of them don't know what the hell they're doing. Here's Ashton Schultz with it now for Luke Gary, sent back behind the net of Hrenik. Now Jeffers out there in front. Ashton Schultz, a shot hit the post, rebound, bounces in front. Hrenik, boy, he's had at least 3 or 4 big breaks tonight, I'll tell you that much. Here's Luke Gary with it behind the net. Luke Gary in front, save made there by Hrenik. Now that's Vatne behind the net. Vatne in the corner. Vatne down there is Booten on out Shane Gould. A shot deflected, stopped there by Hrenik. All right, got a couple of extras going on afterwards. Olsen and Saganen jawing at each other. Halfway through this third period, Fargo with a 3-0 lead. Sioux City, we've seen crazy comebacks from them this season. So, mostly against worse teams than Fargo, but you never know. Puck will roll into the corner there for Lindbergh, off the glass out towards center. Picked up in the corner there by Olenkamp. Now he's shoved into the boards there by Kyle O'Leary. Here's Tess out there to the blue line there for Lindbergh. Lindbergh now Gould with it back behind the net. Tess there in the circle, picked up there's Vatne into the hands of Shane Gould. Here's Gould up the right side, crosses center. Gould down into the corner. Gould now there for Gavin Gary, a shot on angle, stopped there by Hrenik. Now taken there by Marchenko out towards center. Marchenko sends it on over across Deladonna up the left side. Deladonna down into the circle. Vatne on over there to Gavin Gary at the blue line, dumped in on Hrenik. It was stopped by him. Now there's a shot that went just wide. Deladonna now takes this one. Deladonna sent back behind the net there of Elias Vatne. Here's D'Alessandro, tipped there by Anderson down into the corner. Cullen McCrate is there. Batted down Sisson. Now D'Alessandro sent over across to Max Anderson. Anderson shot got blocked. Anderson again passes it off to Stanger. Fans on the dump in. Here's Cherney with it up the left side. Feeds it off Mason West into the corner. West pass out in front, cannot connect with Cherney. Cherney out for McCrate at the blue line. Pass across to Sisson. Sisson back behind the net. Feeds it out to Cherney. On back to Cullen McCrate. Pressure's on from Tomko. Here's Sisson with it back behind the net. Pass out in front. Shot went up just a little high and wide. Now it's McCrate out towards the blue line. McCrate passes it. Cherney almost lost his footing receiving that. Now that's Booten, and boy, a big hit applied on Cherney from Tomko. You better believe it, too. Here's Sisson with it now, picked up there by Gavin Carr. Here's Carr out towards center. There now Poliski with it. Poliski to Martineau. Martineau sent down into the corner there by Gavin Carr. Well, he tried to get it, but he couldn't. Poliski fanned on the pass. Now he's forced out towards center. Poliski sent into the circle. Picked up there by Christian Lyons. Now Daniil Booten sent back behind the net of Hrenik. 7.5 left to go here in this one. In the third, I should say. Puck sent out towards center. Jones laid out by Gavin Carr. Here's Booten, steals it from Cullen. Rolls out towards center. Booten, shot was stopped there by Hrenik. Let's roll back behind the net. Shot there. On across Derek Olsen. Odd angled shot behind the net. Marchenko was there, so was Booten. Down there in the corner, picked up there by Vatne. And that one sent into the Fargo bench. 6:55 left to go here in this third. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Russell Oliver, and I buy you house jewelry. If you have gold rings, gold earrings, I'll give you cash. If you have diamonds, bring them to me. I'll give you cash. I love gold. Bring me your old gold, and I'll give you cash. Cash back. I'll give you money for your gold. Got him right here, bust the bow, and I can't wait to finally explode.
Welcome back, everybody. 6:55 left to go here in this third period. Fargo with a 3-0 lead. Sioux City, like we said, we've seen these crazy comebacks from Sioux City this year, as most of you know. So hopefully something happens here. That's all I'm going to say. Face-off will come to the right of Hrenek. Schultz will take the draw with Deladonna. Sioux City, 12 shots this period compared to Fargo's 4, so they're really pouring it on now. Where was this the first 40 minutes? Then all of last night, too. Well, last night, the second period was pretty good for Sioux City, so. Boy, Olenkamp gets a big hit applied by Derek Olson. Now McCrate fanned on it. Here's Luke Gary up the left side with it. Luke Gary in on Hrenek's shot. Just went wide. My goodness. Olenkamp with it. In fact, I bet you Hrenek got a piece of it. Here's Gold with it now. Gold on over there to Jeffress. Picked up there by Lofgren. Sioux City once again having some good looks, but just nothing wants to go through. Oh, and a big hit on Stanger. No penalty call, because why would there be? Jeffress picked up there by Ashton Schultz down there in the circle. Stanger, a shot went wide off the boards. Oh, it's on top of the net. Where is it? Muskie say it's in the net. Another weird hop. See, it went up off the glass, then hit the top of the net, batted down. Where's the puck? Where did it go after that? Or are we going to have one of these? Okay, here it goes. Off the top of the net. This might be our best look at it. It's batted down. You still, okay, there I see it. Boy, somehow Hrenek kept that out. I don't know how he did, but just amuses me how he did that. I mean, holy smokes. In fact, they're reviewing, but I don't think that puck ever went in, looking at the replays, so this shouldn't take very long. I mean, Sioux City, they need something to put them on top here if they can get it. Anything. Boy, they must have seen something that we might not have seen, because I thought this wouldn't take very long in terms to review it, because clearly the puck stayed out, but they're looking at it, that's for sure. I thought it was pretty cut and dry, but maybe it isn't so. Well, now they're done. This isn't going to count. At least I wouldn't assume. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Then all. So face come to the left here of Harinek. With, I believe that's Deladonna, yes. 5:45 left to go here in this third period. Deladonna gets kicked out, replaced by Saxton Test. Come on, drop it. Delayed the game enough. Holy smokes. Puck rolls into the corner. Lindbergh sends it off boards and down ice. D'Alessandro whacked it in. Now that's Tess with it. Tess back behind the net. Mason Stenger picks this one up. 5:29 left to go here in this one. Vatne through the legs. Here's Dyer with it. Dyer up the left side. Dyer's in. Shot hit the side of the goal. Well, would not be surprised if we see Shea pulled out here any minute. Here's Stanger's shot save made by Harinek, because as I had mentioned last night, oh boy, things are getting physical now. Oh yeah. Of course, everybody has to go after Kyle O'Leary for no reason. But yeah, Jason Kirshner said when they're down by 2 or so, they like, in fact, Shea's out. We're going to have an empty net here. It'll be 6-on-5 with 5:12 left to go here in this third. Yeah, he said the window when they're down by 2 is about 4 to 5 minutes, which is early for most coaches. But yeah, with 5:12 left, he's going to come and just see what the hell happens here. Face-off will come to the left of Harinek. Schultz will take the draw with Cullen. Schultz wins the draw. I mean, Sioux City, they've had a nice third period, but here's Luke Gary, pass across. Tomko shot went wide of Harinek. I think that might have went off his paddle. Luke Gary with it down into the corner. Luke Gary sends it on out to Shane Gold. Back to Luke Gary. Takes a shot. Save made. Tomko, odd angle shot. Gavin Gary couldn't away. Here's Jeffress with it in a scramble for it. Jeffress set out towards center. A foot race for it. Mason West is there, and he throws it into the empty net. So it's now 4-0 in favor of Fargo. Still 4:42 left, but that's sending a lot of people to the exits. For Mason West, that'll be his 7th goal on the year. Face-off's 1. Here's Lindbergh, sends it down for icing. Face-off will come to the right here of Martineau will take the draw with Deladonna. Face-off's won by him. Puck will roll down into the corner. Wow. It hit somebody on the Fargo bench. There you go. Now they call it out of play. Hey! Face-off will come to the right of Harinek. Martineau will take the draw with Deladonna. Here's Anderson with it. There for D'Alessandro at center. D'Alessandro feeds it on there to Mason Stanger. Stanger off the boards into the corner. Hrenek behind the net. Taken there by Booten. Booten on across Stanger. Shot went wide. Martineau now with it in the corner. Olenkamp knocked down. D'Alessandro with it. Puck sent back behind the net of Lofgren. Lofgren in the circle. Batted around. Geiger now Deladonna with it. Lofgren on over there. Lindgren. That one's into the Musketeers bench and out of play. Yeah, there is some frustration boiling right now on that Musketeers bench. And I don't blame them. That's for sure. And Madison. Face-offs one. Puck sent out towards center here. Marchenko has it. Marchenko off the boards down into the corner. Back behind the net. Christian Lyons is there. Here's Carr. Picked up there by Anderson up the right side. Anderson with it. Shot went wide of Hrenek. Now Christian Lyons is there. Lyons on back there. A shot went wide. That one from Poliski. Rolls into the corner. Dyer with it in the corner. Dyer. Oh, he gets pushed down. Might as well not call it. What's the point? West out in front, intercepted there by Gavin Carr. Whistle is blown. They calling a penalty here? Oh, of course, they're giving it to Poliski. My goodness. Might as well. I mean, geez Louise. So boarding, well, not boarding, but cross-check, whatever at this point. I don't care. So might as well give Fargo the power play with 3:07 left to go in this one. Face-offs one. Here's Olsen with it in the corner. Olsen in a scramble for. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, here we come shorthanded back the other way. Tomko pass on over D'Alessandro. Couldn't make a connection to Jeffress. Back behind the net. Cherney out toward center there. D'Alessandro kind of bobbles it. Now sends it down ice. Mason West with it there for Lofgren. Smashed into the boards by Carr. Luke Gary sends it around the boards into the corner. Now D'Alessandro for Aiden Dyer. Off the skates of Carr. Picked up there by Lofgren. Now intercepted by Dyer. Taken back though. Cherney with it. Cherney. And a scramble for down into the circle. 2:05 left to go here in the third. Here's Cherney with it. Back behind the net. Just stands there like an idiot. Cherney off the left side to Olenkamp. Taken away. Here's Jeffress shorthanded with it. Jeffress and a shot save made by Hrenek. Rebound, it rolls behind the net there for Deladonna. Picked up McNamara out toward center. Here's Brooks Cullen with it. Long toss misses Jeffress' stick. It rolls off the boards into the corner. Picked up there by Lindberg. Lindberg sent over across. Here's Deladonna with it off the boards back to Lindberg. Lindberg at the blue line. Lindberg down there. McNamara for Lindberg at the blue line. Lindberg to Deladonna. Takes a shot save made by Shea. Rebound. It's cleared down ice. Muskie's back at full strength with 1:03 left to go in the third. Hrenek sends it off the boards out towards center. Deladonna tips it into the hands. Here's McNamara with it. Poliski whacking at it. Poliski sends it into the hands of Marchenko. There for Colin McCrate. Back behind the net for Shea. Shea to Shane Gold. Gold behind the net. 38 seconds left to go here in this third. Gold tipped there by Tomko down into the corner. Picked up Arseny Marchenko with it. Here's McCrate with it. Now there for Booten. Behind the net, McCrate Picked up by Marchenko. Marchenko. Puck sent off the boards. Batted down by Tor. Here's Test with it. Sent down into the corner. Down to 13. Behind the net, Derek Olsen is there. Picked up there by Daniil Boutin. Boutin. Off the boards, tipped Colin McCrae. Uh-oh, Sagadan and Aiden Dye. Well, excuse me, that's Daniil Boutin. Whoever it was, they were going after each other. Right at the end there. I don't know what that was all about, but all I'm going to say is that they shouldn't have canceled ridiculousness. That is unbelievable. Well, the Muskies fans will, or the players will salute the crowd at center. In fact, Daniel Fagan's waving the Fargo guys off the ice. Like, hurry up, get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'll make whoever's wooing go woo, I'll tell you that much. Oh yeah, now we're shaking the referee's hands. Doesn't that sound like a fix to ya? Oh, you bet your mama it does. Anyway, that'll do it for us here this evening. So glad you could be with us. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have coverage, NBA action between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs, as well as, let's see, Vegas and Pittsburgh in the NHL. So 2 games at once again tomorrow night. So we'll see you then for that. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Or morning, I guess, for some of you. This has been a presentation of RVN Sports in association with RVN. RVN Sports are online at rvn.com. We'll see you tomorrow for Gigantic Sunday. San Antonio at the New York Knicks, as well as the Vegas Golden Knights at the Pittsburgh Penguins at 1 o'clock Eastern Time.